There's some rumors going around that I'm a fan of GlenDronach Distillery. All I can say is I can neither confirm nor deny that to be true. Welcome to another episode of Erik Wait Whiskey Studies, and in this video, going to do a review of the GlenDronach Cask Strength Batch number 12 Highland Single Malt Scotch Whisky. GlenDronach is one of my favorite distilleries, particularly up there in Speyside. It's labeled as Highland, but it's a Speyside distillery. I've been to Scotland 4 times. My first trip was in 2018. Didn't know if I would ever go back again. So on my first trip, I wanted to make sure I visited GlenDronach Distillery. So it was on my bucket list of distilleries to visit. It's near Huntly, where there's a Huntly Castle ruins and a Huntly Castle Hotel where I stayed. This is the quintessential Speyside, particularly sherry cask, family of whiskeys. Absolutely superb. Now, this is one that I filled when I visited the distillery. So if you do a tour, you can actually do a hand fill where you pour yourself from the cask straight into the bottle. This was distilled in 1994. I bought it July 19th, 2019. July 16th, 2019. So basically 25 years old. A primo whiskey, I would say probably the best sherry cask whiskey I'd ever had. This one isn't quite there, but it's as close as you're going to get. So before I give you my notes on this one, here you go. The GlenDronach Cask Strength Batch number 12 Highland Single Malt Scotch Whisky. GlenDronach Distillery was founded in 1826 by James Allardyce. The name GlenDronach means Valley of the Brambles. The spirit was matured in Oloroso sherry and Peter Jimenez cask. It's bottled at 58.2% alcohol by volume and sells for about $105 in my neighborhood. So this one being 25 years old, it's darker, it's richer, there's more barbecue character to it. It's a very dense and concentrated fig dates raisin character. You don't get that dried orange character that I do on the batch number 12. Batch number 12, you get more of the Christmas cake, dried orange. You do get figs, dates, raisins, vanilla, and there is plenty of spice going on there. I don't even have to stick my nose all the way into it. I can smell like from about right there. This one, I mean, it's just like super dark and super concentrated, and it's spicier, and it actually has a slight, I would say, sort of like wood tannin character. It's where, age-wise, maybe it's starting to jump the shark, in terms of what's it extracting out of the cask. But absolutely superb. Probably one of the best sherry cask whiskeys I've ever had. I actually shared this with Daniel Whittington. He came out here for a visit, and I said, hey, pick anything off the shelf, and this is what he grabbed. And we're getting down towards the end, so this will soon be gone. If you're up there in Speyside, even if you're not going to do a tour, at least go by the visitor center and see if you can do a hand filled. They also had some bottles which were already poured. Someone else poured it in and they're labeled and everything like that. You hand write in your information on there. So even if you're just in the neighborhood and you drive by, you can pick up a bottle. Definitely worth the price. Now this one, there's also some nice floral notes going on there. There's a little bit of lemon in addition to the orange. Caramels on the palate. A lot of cask strength whiskeys that are this high, you can sort of cringe or kind of like, whoa, because it'll have a huge bite. This one doesn't. This is approachable neat. It has some nice viscosity to it. It's a little kind of like squishy. One of the things I'll do is take my tongue, put the whiskey between my tongue and the top of my mouth and kind of slowly press in and feel that slight squishiness to it. That means that they didn't remove all the goodness through cold filtration. It has a nice round mouth coating feel and a real long finish. I'm still tasting it. Now, what sticks around, I get like brown sugar, maybe a little bit of molasses, the dried black fruit notes kick in there as well. And the spice is really well balanced. This is a nice, well balanced whiskey. For some people, in comparison, some people might actually prefer this batch 12 over this 25-year-old if you're not so much as into the intensity of the spice. It's really, really spicy. It can almost seem like someone took a little bit of sherry and poured it into the whiskey. So the batch 12 has really nice balance. It has real nice progression. Sweet from the beginning, starts to maybe dry just a little bit towards the back end. Spiciness kicks in, and it's got a real nice balance between the slight savory note on the finish as well as the sweetness on the front end. I'm going to put in just a drop of water. I do prefer it, I'm not a whole lot, just with a little bit of water, and give it a little bit of time to open up. Water, bringing down ABV. It can also, if a whiskey seems disjointed, particularly if you just opened a bottle, the various characteristics can seem slightly disjointed, not really harmonized. Water can help bring those various traits together. This one, I mean, I'm at the halfway point. In fact, I had to tell myself, Eric, you need to stop drinking out of this bottle and do a review of it before you finish the bottle. Although Roy Aquavita, he likes to do empty bottle reviews, but he does it out by the recycling bin. A little water does bring it up a little bit more. More brown sugar notes, cinnamon showing up a little bit more, and the dried orange character is showing up a little bit more. Not a drastic difference in terms of mouthfeel or flavor. I got to tell you, I love, love, love this whiskey. I'm going to be on the hunt for another bottle. I only paid $105 plus tax, which probably brings me up to, I don't know, like $113 or whatever. If I can get another bottle, I'm going to want another bottle, because this one will soon be gone, and the closest thing I can get on the market is this one. If you can find a bottle, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Now, the GlenDronach 21 Parliament is north of $200 in most places. I actually like this more than I do the 21 Parliament. The 21 Parliament is the most refined, most well integrated in terms of flavors, and has maybe more finesse. This has a little bit more oomph to it. And on most days, I'll take that, particularly since I can bring it back a little bit with a little bit of water if I want to get more balance to it and get more harmony between the various characteristics to it. Now, what I'm going to give it in terms of a score, I'm going to go solid like 94, 95 points. And this is one of those bottles that I call dangerously delicious. It's one in which, you know, I probably need to be moving on and getting ready to review another bottle of something else. But then it's just looking at me and I'm just like, man, I just want to drink another bottle of the GlenDronach Batch 12 Cask Strength. Alrighty, if you've had any of the batches, let me know down below. If you've had this one, let me know down below. And if you see one on the shelf and it's, you know, under 120 bucks, my recommendation is grab it. Grab it, grab it, grab it. All right. If you have not already subscribed, but actually subscribe, ring the bell to be notified for when I go live or post a video. And until next time, Slanja. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and check out these other whiskey videos.